Of the Morning Edge, DeadPresPicks, joined as always by SlopRules. We are back with another episode today, but John, we're going to get into some NFL as well for the weekend. Going to have you guys covered through the weekend. Really good looking slate. So first of all, John, how you doing? Different background, so you're clearly traveling somewhere. We noticed that. But how's everything going? You excited for the slate today?
Oh, I cannot wait. I
All right.
cannot wait.
Pretty fired up. So good looking weekend or good looking week so far for the show, John. On Thursday, we had a little show sweep, a little 3-0. Again, we don't talk too much about our
Yeah,
sweeps. We're gonna bring that one up because
it
it
was
was
expected.
yes, it was. That one was expected. Tutu Atwell and Van Jefferson were both doing their thing all night. Baker Mayfield may be the guy now, John, in Los Angeles, but I do have something sad to report. I think the Raiders are out of the playoffs.
Yes, yeah, that was a fun ride we had from.
Yeah.
I think it lasted from Monday to Thursday, so that was fun.
Yeah,
We,
about 3 or 4 days of being a
yep,
Raiders. It
we
was
still
fun.
have the plus 750 on the Lions
Yes,
playoffs.
yes,
So
and
there's still that, and they look good still. They haven't lost yet this week.
they do. They are undefeated as of right now. You're right. You're correct about that. They do play tomorrow, so we'll find out more. We'll go over some games. That game in particular, though, to start that Vikings Lions game. Everyone's freaking out on Twitter about the Lions being favored. Do you think it's going to be like one of those instances where everyone's like, "Oh, I'm too smart for this line," and then everyone starts actually betting on the Lions, or do you think the Lions are safe here and people are still going to hammer the Vikings because their record and all that? But it seems like I'm getting a little worried here that people are starting to think like smartest guy in the room. Oh, it's the Lions. I'm
Hmm.
just saying they might jinx your Lions. What do you think about this game?
Nah, not gonna happen.
All right.
I mean, we've talked about this. I mean, the whole purple angle with the Vikings, I mean, that hurts. And then at the same time, they're frauds. Like,
Yes.
everyone knows they're frauds. And this was just the way to expose. Like, this was like the perfect storm for, like, fraud exposing. They have to play a team on the road that's better than them, but has a worse record because because the Vikings are frauds.
Yes.
So yeah, like this happens. This was expected. I thought the line. To be honest with you, I had the Lions minus 6.5.
Wow.
So I thought it came in a little bit lower. But yeah, that's actually gonna be my pick for this week, Matt. Not the side, but the total on that game.
Okay. I'm excited to
You know,
hear about that. Yeah, it'll be exciting. Now, all the followers who watch this typically on Saturdays for college football, we don't have a lot of games today, John. We just have one. So, and it's always a fun one. Traditional game every
is
year.
it?
I always enjoy it. I mean, it's the Army Navy game. So let's see what the total is. 32 and a half right now. So look, it's if you like offense like you do, this probably is not the game for you. But again, college football tradition, kind of the game in between before all the bowl games start, the playoffs start. Army is plus 2.5. My quick thoughts on this one, John. I do like Navy at minus 2.5, and I actually like the over at 32 and a half. 32 and a half is like, is this the lowest total of all time? I think it might be in college football. I think because
It
it was
should be.
it was Kentucky, God, Kentucky, Iowa last year. I think they played in a bowl game. It was like 31 and a half or 33 and a half. So this could be the lowest total of all time. If it's the lowest total of all time, a lot of the sharp guys would be like, oh, take the under. No, you take the over because it's the lowest total of all time, and you prove to the books why they should not have made it that low. So that's
Yep.
something to keep an eye out for that game. Are you gonna bet that game, John? Or are you gonna let that one go?
No, I'm probably not gonna watch that. To be
Okay.
honest with you, I'm gonna play tomorrow like it's NBA day, almost like
Okay.
it's Friday. But yeah, like I think I saw a stat somewhere that game's gone under for the last like 45 years, like every time. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It might not have been that, but it's close, something like that. It's been a lot of unders. And I see the word under, I'm like, all right, skip it. No.
45 straight. Yeah, yeah. So maybe it's due for an over. But
It
yeah,
might
we
open too, but a lot of guys have been saying that for a long time. So I don't know. I just don't want to get trapped into watching that game go under again with
yeah
an
that
overtime.
that's
It's
upsetting.
just like this stinks. They're never throwing the ball. It's like going back in time and
Right.
watching it. You know what I mean? It's literally like what it's like to be alive in the 20s watching this football game.
Yeah,
But
that
but
football.
some people like it. The traditionalists do enjoy it. I hope you have a great time.
I appreciate it. So I'm definitely gonna kick back, watch that game, but I will be cheering this year for Navy. But let's get in, John, to our picks for the weekend. So, like we said, not the best Saturday slate, especially when it comes to football. So we're gonna actually look ahead here and get into some NFL. So a little quick look ahead here, John.
A look ahead is what they call that.
Yeah, who doesn't love a look ahead? We got a lot of solid games this weekend, a lot of divisional games to kind of get into. But we're going to kick it off, John, first, as always, with your pick. What are you looking at here for this weekend?
I'm doubling down on the Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings over. I did over 55 in the Thunderdome. I'd say let's just take the regular over at this point. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, that will be our ladder. The lowest rung will be just the standard line. Looks like 51.5 everywhere right now. I think these teams are going to light up the scoreboard. Like, I think this thing's going way over. I mean, the Lions haven't scored less than 25 points in like a month. Like, they just hang points on everybody. And that was the Buffalo Bills that they had 25 points on. Other teams that have bad defenses, like, they haven't gone under 31 in those 3 games that they played in the last month. So, I mean, these guys are rolling on offense. And the Minnesota Vikings, dude, they've made Mac Jones look like an NFL quarterback on Thanksgiving. I don't know if you saw that game.
I did.
Last week, Mike White went 300 plus on him, and the Jets really should have won that game. Braxton Berrios dropped like a pass that you would have caught in the end zone.
I would have
in that game. You would have had that.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I said. Is Matt would have had that.
That was the first thought that went to your head.
Yeah, that was the first thought. Matt would have had that. So that game, had he caught the ball that you would have caught, that game would have been at 28, at least 28, 27, because they probably would have went for 2. I'm thinking they would have got it. So it would have been 30 to 27, which is 57, which is over 51.5 if you're familiar with math.
Yes.
So, like, the Vikings are, like, they're making bad offenses look pretty good, but the thing is, they actually score too. Like, that was a good Jets team, good Jets D that they put up 27 on last week. So, I mean, these guys, they're moving the ball. I mean, you can look at all the advanced stats. I haven't, but I'm sure they'll all tell you the over story that I'm telling you right now. It's this game, I'm telling you, probably will end up in the 60s.
Yeah, I really do like that over. You kind of hit on everything, but I'm expecting a big offensive day, so I'm all in on that. I'm just excited to see who wins that game because I feel like what I was saying earlier might be a thing. I don't know. I'm worried too many people are jumping on the Lions bandwagon, John. They're trying to be like you. So we'll see.
I've been here since the beginning of this year.
Yeah, no, not you. I'm saying the people want to be you now, and they're like,
oh
okay.
Yeah, oh well, I mean that happens.
Yeah, yeah, you can't blame them too much. But now they're like, all right, wait, the Lions might be good. So wake up.
One more win, and I think that's when we can say, hey, they should not be plus 750 to make the playoffs anymore.
Yeah,
but you're going to see a gigantic drop once they win this weekend.
Big game in the what do they call it? The Lion Dome? They should. If they don't, it's a dome.
They should. Lions Den.
Yeah,
it's just called Ford Field.
Oh, yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, no, nothing but
mix it up. All right, guys. So for me, I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this weekend, plus 3.5, minus 115 on DraftKings. Crazy comeback win on Monday Night Football against the Saints. I think that kind of win can just spark some momentum in a team, right? When you're dead in the water and Tom Brady just does what Tom Brady does. I mean, they were down 13 points with 3 minutes, which is kind of weird because I was saying this on our last show, John. When the Rams did it on Thursday night, it was literally the same game, 13, right, or 16-3.
It was 16-3 late in the fourth. It was weird. That's so weird.
It's really weird. I mean, you don't see that often on back-to-back primetime games. But bottom line, I mean, that win for Tom Brady and the Bucs was massive, kind of separates them a little bit in the division. Even though they're not having their best year, this is still a really good Tampa Bay defense. San Francisco is great defensively as well. This could be a little bit of a rock fight. You see the total, it's as low as 37, so it's not a game that we're really expecting to see a ton of points. But I think Tampa Bay's defense can do enough here. They're facing Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy covered for me last week. It was my biggest bet of the weekend against the Dolphins, so I have nothing but love for Brock Purdy. but he's going to struggle against legitimate defenses like Tampa Bay. So I think they're going to be able to limit his production. If they can take away the run and try to make San Francisco one-dimensional, I think you just see a low-scoring game where the Bucs hang around. And anytime you can get points with Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's going home, John. This is where he's from. So, he's going to play with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder growing up as a 49er fan. I'm sure these games always mean a little more to Brady. So I expect him to be.
He was at the game, the catch by Dwight Clark.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and so it runs deep in his blood. I expect it.
I think he's going to go play there next year.
I won't be surprised either. I keep hearing people are like, I was going back to New England. I'm like, but New England's so bad that I don't know. I mean, I can see it, but like he could. If he goes to the 49ers, that would be interesting. But then is he a ring chaser, John? That's the question.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Is he allowed?
I think he's allowed to. I mean, like,
at this point.
The rings kind of chase him. If you think about it.
It could be. So those are gonna be our bets, guys. I'm going with the Bucs. John's hitting that Lions-Vikings over. Gonna keep it pretty simple for the weekend slate, and that will be it for us for this Saturday show. So no show Sunday, guys. This is kind of like our Sunday show, but John and I will be back with another episode of the Morning Edge Monday morning. Who plays Monday night? We get the Patriots. Why do the Patriots keep getting primetime games? Patriots.
I don't know that either. Who are they playing?
They play the Cardinals.
God.
We're gonna have to make the most of it, right? And then
we're gonna bet that game.
Thursday.
Here's what I bet you we bet that game.
Oh, I will. I would agree with that bet. I would take that bet.
Money on that.
That sounds like a good bet. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for today's edition of the Morning Edge. Again, no episode tomorrow. We will be back Monday. We hope you all have an awesome Saturday and an awesome Sunday. We'll see you guys on Monday morning.